Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, This and That Outdoors. I'm Greg. Kathy is not around right now, she's at work. Um, but it is time for us to start working on the fall garden. So I was thought I'd let you in on exactly what we're trying to do. Take a quick look. This is the various things that we're intending to plant. We have some Swiss chard, collards, mustard. I'm going to try to broccoli again. It didn't do too well last year. Two different kinds of cabbage, some purple cabbage and a standard green cabbage. I'm going to try the Brussels sprouts again. They didn't do great last year, but we're going to try them again. Both the Brussels sprouts and the broccoli plants did good. They just didn't really produce the Brussels sprouts themselves or the broccoli heads. So see if maybe they'll work a little bit better this year. We also, for root vegetables, we're going to plant some carrots and some turnips. Turnips did real well last year. Carrots were kind of okay. They weren't great, but they weren't terrible. So that is our plan. But first, we got to work on cleaning up the garden. With what we did for the spring and summer garden, we did pretty good. Cucumbers did real well. Corn done okay. Tomatoes did really well. Gosh, trying to remember now on what did do good. The green beans did real well. Cucumbers, like I said, they did real well. Towards the end here, they started getting worms in them and started getting a kind of a fungus on them. So we did pull up a good bit. We did plant some more, but even the new ones that we planted, they haven't done well. We've are producing a few cucumbers, but I don't know whether you can see, but there's a whole, every one that we've produced have had worms in it. So with wanting to plant the fall garden, I'm gonna pull these. They're just not worth the effort anymore. Tomatoes, like I said, they did real well, but I will end up pulling these. So we're gonna get rid of them. Take those out. That was the Brandywines and the Black Creme, both of which were excellent. Brandywine was our favorite. Black Creme was a close second. Down here we had the beefsteak tomatoes, and those were a distant third. We really liked the Brandywine and the Black Creme. The beefsteaks were okay. They never got very big. But again, they're ready to go. We'll pull up all that and get those steaks out of the ground. Over here, we had a few tomato plants with Cherokee purples, and we have yet to get a good one off of there. Got a small one that's just producing now. Not sure if it's gonna make it. I may leave that plant, but I might go ahead and just pull it along with the rest of the tomatoes, because this is the area that we had collards last year and they did so well. So I'd really like to devote that to my collards. Okra, our okra's been doing great. As you can see, the plants are, I got to reach up for these. They're taller than me, so they're a little over 6 feet tall, some of them. But they're still producing. We're still getting blooms, so they are. We're going to leave those in for now, and they should really produce until the first frost. We did have a little more over here. They're producing well too. We got some. I just cut some this morning, and I'll probably end up cutting a little more tomorrow. I'm cutting them just about every day, if not every day, then it's every other day. They kind of seem like some days they produce really, really well and produce a lot, and then they may go 2 days without producing much. But we have got a ton of okra off there. Here we had a sweet potato plant that it kind of volunteered from where I'd planted some last year. as you can see, the vines have gotten real long, and in all honesty, once I pulled the okra, not the okra, the cucumbers out of here, and we found that there was a lot of long vines in there, so I clipped those vines about every foot, and what we did, I planted those. I just stuck them in the ground, and fortunately, right after I stuck them in the ground, we started getting a lot of rain. So every one of them has lived. I think between here and I planted a good bit back here, we end up with, I think it was 40 sets. So you're gonna see what they do. Last year, the sweet potatoes did. We just had a few plants, had a couple of plants, and they did okay. But the ground was kind of a little bit hard, I thought. So the potatoes didn't get very big and didn't go very deep. So this year, I've kind of mounded it up. I want to see if that'll do them a little better, and see if they will produce to where it's something that we can use. I think we had a video where I did add some dirt, some soil into the beds to try to build it up a little bit. Got to till that in after I pull some of the plants. Back here, we finally got blooms on our bell pepper. After all summer, they struggled to grow, and you still got some that are still struggling to grow. We finally got one that started taking off, and it's got multiple blooms on it. So I'm going to leave it here, see if it'll produce something before the first frost, and we'll see where we go with that. With the other pots and stuff, Kathy's been getting a ton of basil out of here. We've been using that up. She's been cutting the zinnias, and she's putting some inside, and they've been really pretty. What has been happening though is the hummingbirds. The hummingbirds have been loving the zinnias. They've been hitting up on those, getting them real well. Also with the bottle brush, so we've had a right good many hummingbirds. So, and they really like the bottle brush plant, so they've been getting those. This bottle brush plant, this bottle brush. Ooh, that's easy for me to say. The bottle brush plant this year, it's almost had constant blooms. In the previous years, they'll bloom for a week or two, and then it'll be a month or so, and then it'll bloom again. But this year, it's been almost a constant bloom on it, somewhere on the plant. And the hummingbirds have really enjoyed that. They've also been coming into this part of the garden where Kathy had some additional flowers planted, and they've been getting those, and getting these too. So anyway, we will start planting, but first of all, I need to start taking down some stuff. So I'll show you a little bit of video of me taking down some stuff. Okay, I got all the strings pulled off, so it'll make pulling these tomatoes go a lot quicker. So let's get started. All right, that's all that I am gonna pull up for now. So yes, next step is to do a little tilling with the tiller. So we'll get to it. All righty, got the tilling done. Um, Although I had that in time lapse mode and it went pretty quickly, that's a good bit of work. It's like the old plowing with the mule thing, except for this time I'm the mule. I get to be the manpower on that. So did plow up a decent amount in the garden. Again, left the okra, left the sweet potato, left the okra here. Did plow this corner here because I think I'm gonna plant my turnips in that area. Did plow the two beds here, both of those, and I say plow, till. So we've got those going, and one here by the porch, got that too. What I use is a little Honda tiller. It's little 4-stroke. It's light, but it's pretty powerful. Being light is both good and bad. It's easier to maneuver it around, but you have to work it a little bit to make it dig down. So I do like it. I've used a big tiller before, and this is, to me, easier to handle, but you got to make more passes, and it's a little harder to dig down because it just doesn't have the weight to support it. Well, I think we're about ready to plant now, and we'll either get those in today, tomorrow, probably tomorrow, no, Thursday. Excuse me, today's Tuesday, probably get it in Thursday, and we'll show a little bit of video of that. If not, thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. We're going to continue to try to put out content. With the garden ending in the summer and we hadn't started in the fall, it was a little slow there, so we didn't really post there for about a month. But I should be posting here as we start getting things in the ground and things start coming up. So all in all, we thank you for watching, and we will talk to you later.